last mandate, the pressure from civil society, the journalists, the parliament, led, after the publication of the LuxLeaks scandal, the Panama Papers, to a whole series of strong Commission proposals. Some smaller proposals were adopted, but the major proposals were very much blocked. Reform of the VAT system, blocked in Council. Reform of the common consolidated tax base in Europe, blocked in Council. A real European financial transaction tax, blocked in Council. A digital tax, blocked in Council. Corporate public tax transparency for multinational companies, blocked in Council. And we have not forgotten about the failed reform of the Energy Taxation Directive. So therefore, the elephant in the room is we not only have a list of tax havens outside of Europe, we also have a list of non-cooperative member states. This is frustrating citizens' support for the European project because there is a feeling there are some actors in society which are too big to tax. And therefore the question is now for us together how to overcome this blockage. And I suggested yesterday that this committee should be a space for constructive embarrassment towards the blocking member states. We should hold hearings on each of these blocked proposals with the respective member states and with the Commission. And now the question is, which contribution can the Commission make to overcome this blockage? And therefore, I would like to know more from you on two issues. First, how will you use Article 116 on which of the files in order to move to majority voting within the treaties? We have been talking with the Commission for 2 years on Article 116. Which measures will you move towards majority voting and when? And second, under Moscovici, the Commission published a series of in-depth studies on tax avoidance practices in member states. Would you commit to open, like we have it in the rule of law area, an annual scoreboard of the practices of member states in the field of taxation? So I could imagine an annual taxation scoreboard for all the member states to evaluate their tax practices, and this could be something the Commission could start very soon.
Thank you, Sven. Commissioner?
Thank you. Thank you, Sven Giegold. I like very much this constructive embarrassment idea. I know that if in addressing this this sector, if I look or we look to the difficulties that we had in the last 10 years, of course we would be very pessimistic. But as we all repeat in these weeks, then we have to find the right ways to do this. We should apply to this sector the same method that we successfully, I think, are trying to apply to other sectors. For example, reaching the idea of issuing a common debt for common purpose, or having more ambitious targets for the green transition, etc. The same ambition is possible. I think, I'm not saying that it is easy, is possible to do also in this sector. I am ready to consider with my DG Taxud, my cabinet, the idea of finding a way to to give more formality to the taxation behavior in different countries. So I can't now commit myself to the specific proposal of a taxation scoreboard, but I can commit myself to find the right way to give some formality to a screen of taxation policies of different countries. I think we need it. It is not only tax aggressive planning, of course, it is also tax fraud, tax avoidance, but it could be a tool for pressure. On the 116, I always said in these months that this is not something, it is in the treaties. It is an article of our treaties. And so the only condition from my point of view in the work that is going on, DG Taxud, DG Competition, legal services, and of course when this work will be a little bit more advanced, we will share with the Parliament our program, our intention, but we are not yet there. The problem is to have an extremely solid case of distortion of the single market, legally very solid. This is why we are working with the legal services to avoid being the first time that we use this article to avoid missteps. I also add in conclusion that, of course, this is not the way to address tax aggressive planning. We are not thinking that we can use the 116 to change the rules everywhere, but it is a tool to address single, evident and unacceptable and legally very solid distortions. We will not change the system through Article 116, but we can give clear message that there are limits that cannot be out of our legislation.